I would like to invite if there are any particular questions or statements available from the audience. If it is so, we can take few minutes. Otherwise, we are going to sum up the today's. There are some written questions, it seems. So I would like to invite Aruna to present them to the audience, please.
Nissarana, Venerable Bhante, and dear Dharma friends. Slight change in the program. Unlike earlier announced, Bhante is not leaving today to Vipassana until the end of the program, today's program.
Is it okay? Good?
Definitely.
Therefore, that we can go for question and answer. So I just wanted to give it to Venerable Chandaratana, thinking to leave, but Chandaratana also little hesitant about the question and answers. And other thing is that I got the message, they are not expecting me to go there quickly. So we two compromise. I will continue the next event also.
So let's start with the first question. Venerable Bhante, I like to do more walking meditation than the breathing meditation. When I walk, I feel the touch of my feet on the sand, spreading of sand at the tip of my toes, the warmth and wetness of soil very clearly. When I sit for meditation, sometimes I can pay attention to my breathing and I feel relaxed and peaceful. Very often, the mind runs away on various thoughts and pains, and suddenly I realize I am breathing. This happens very often. End of in-breath is difficult to catch, but end of out-breath is clear. End of in-breath and beginning of the out-breath happens so fast and difficult to monitor. I write this to report to you on what I feel on my practice.
If that particular person is ready for dialogue, I'd like to ask some questions. Is someone happy to ready for? Okay. So my question is that it is mentioned that often in the sitting meditation, mind is going out, and sometimes from that point it come back to the breath. Can you cite an example so that I will ask my question specifically? What is the most common distraction in sitting? No, we can't hear. Okay, you can keep it closer and speak.
If you can please repeat that question.
Still we can't. What is the most common distraction in sitting? Thinking or sounds or pain?
Pain mostly.
Pain?
Yes.
Yeah. So when you are, that's my question is, when you are pain, do you know you are in a pain?
Yeah, I feel that.
Okay. When you are in breath, out breath, do you feel you are in breath?
Yes.
What's the difference?
When I feel it, I feel that I am breathing.
No, audience wish to know, I wish to know what is the difference in pain and the in-breath. How do you feel? How do you experience? What is your direct touch?
Then sometimes that I know I am breathing, but the disturbance comes with some kind of pain or thought sometimes.
No, that again I will refine my question. When you are in a pain, you know verily you are in pain. And imagine there is a point where there is no pain, no sounds, no thoughts, you are in breath. So my question is, what is your feeling-wise difference in painful feeling and in the breath? How do you feel two different things differently? So this is the one area you have to shed your light or mindfulness. When you are in pain, body will be very urged and telling do something and will tense and all the kind of thing. Okay, never mind, that's emotional part. But the feeling part is you have to understand whether it's like a piercing like, or cutting like, or burning like, or moving like, or one point, or many points. Like try to get it is called natural characteristics of the pain, what kind of a pain. And okay, now without your initiative or not, now from the pain to the breath happens, say in breath. Now you have to see the difference between the painful feeling, the cutting, piercing, and what is the difference, what you feel in breath, what kind of a difference. So that is what the Dhammajiva is. You are not telling the pain to the breath. You don't say, I can feel. No, we don't accept your witness. We want to know the discrite difference between the pain and the in-breath. And not only that, from in-breath to out-breath, still you consider good mindfulness or continuity. What is the difference between the in-breath and out-breath? So when and where that sharpness increases, the mind penetrates deep into the breath or whatever it may be, everything becomes Dhamma. If you are superficially, if you are going to say, it is become a cock and bull stories. Just the, how do you call, frivolous talks. So let it happen again and again. Whenever something is frequently happening, for example, pain, okay, you try to go little deep. What is the early pain and new pain and then other pain? Or what is the difference between the pain and the in-breath? What's the difference between in-breath to out-breath? That sharpness is the what? We invite mindfulness to go deep, deep, deep into that. And there are other aspects also I would like to highlight. So when and where you are in the pain, of course, you may complain telling I am unmindful. But again, when it comes to the breath, you will say you are now mindful. So even from unmindfulness to mindfulness trip, does it happen due to your initiative or your volitional or will, or it is something automatic? So when it is automatic happening, it is goes to whose credit? How that such a blissful thing happened automatically? From the wrong place to it come back home. Where you can attribute it? It is due to a good luck, or it is due to your the God is creating it for you, or what is the to what you can attribute? How that it come from the wrong place to the correct place? Am I tiring you? I am putting in trouble? No, I am sharing in order to give some example to the audience, and you will see we never be happy on that such a bliss, such an endowment, or such a gift. That completely wrong place, it is naturally come back to the breath, and we are always worrying about the breath to the out way going. We are worrying and we fill papers after papers, complaining and disappointments. But imagine the day you are highlighting and appreciating, the mind has its own character from something wrong somewhere and then it go back home. So moment you appreciate it, I would say you are enlightened. That is what understanding a true person. That is what the enlightenment, our cussed mind, uncultured mind, always find faults, mistakes. So therefore Buddha is giving a kind of a radical reflection. Okay, let the wandering mind happen, let the astray happen. So imagine 1001 times even the wandering happen, one day you can observe, see, mind is coming back to the safety place without your initiative. The moment you appreciate, only the Buddha you have to appreciate, because that is what he is highlighting. It is in your inbuilt. Talk about only that. Take this as something you are due to your past practice. And not due to your teacher, not due to your parents, not due to anyone. Only the Buddha is the one telling, mind has that kind of a thing. You have to have your own certain amount of mistakes. One day you will understand. The moment you know how to highlight it, how to appreciate it, you find jewels, you find gems. amidst of so much of science, and the day you pick it, the day you understand it, you are not the same person. So much of difference happened into your personality. So that is what I wanted to have a dialogue with you and to make it highlighted to everyone to understand. Occasionally, from the wandering thoughts, mind come back home. It's called way back home, come into its own oasis, come into its purity, comes to an uncorrupted place, and that is because of your past practice. And that is because you have listened to Dhamma. That is because you have appreciated Buddha. And see only that point, and then onward, you are, I would say, without any interviews, you know how to correct yourself, if you get that point. Thank you very much for the participation to the dialogue.
The next question, a series of questions. One, Venerable Bhante, sometimes when I meditate, even when my mind is cleared of thoughts, my head feels very heavy. Is it because I try to focus more and more on my breathing, or is it because of something else? Am I trying too hard on my meditation?
At the beginning, if it is bearable, you have to continue. If it's unbearable, then only you have to worry, because it may be a result of meditation, but if it is bearable, just continue, and you will see you are mindful now. That is why whenever the head pressure happens, you can understand it as and when it happens. If it is something reality, you have to, by familiarizing it, by seasoning it only, you can say, this is something not imagining, this is reality, and then only you can see the cause. So therefore, I think it is too early. The simple guideline is, if it is bearable, please continue without giving much attention to that. Try to be mindful. This messenger will tell the message once it is established. So commentators say is, usually in the meditation this kind of thing happens. If it is due to meditation, only the character is bearable. So it's a good sign to continue the meditation. One day it will come and tell you what is the message.
The next question, Bhante. When it comes to mindfulness, is not having any thoughts and clear mind is mindfulness, or understanding and knowing that you have thoughts and that you are thinking of something, mindfulness? I get very confused when this happens in my day-to-day life.
This depends. This depends. At the beginning we say, yes, mind is only with the primary object, no thought, no pain, no sounds, like it is theoretical maximum. But when you keep on practicing, you will understand, even the objects are changing, mindfulness will be unchanged. From thoughts to sounds to the pain to the breath, everything happens till you are mindful. So therefore, at the beginning we define one thing at a time, and that done well, it is the primary object. Later only, you change your definition of the mindfulness, but usually, if the mindfulness is growing, never leads to confusion. Always giving a new areas, new diversification, and so you have to be radical, open, and when you go in, you can say object changes, but mindfulness unbroken. It is like 100 meters, one person running, and 100 meters with relay race, 400 meters. 100 meters, one person, and he's changed the baton to the second person, and he take the lead, go to the third person, and relay race. But still you are winning, not a single person winning. The team is winning. The baton is going. Imagine one person is taking all the 400 meters, then it is very clear cut. But a relay race, you have to have a teamwork, you have to have understanding how to not to drop the baton and pass, and without losing the lead. So therefore, this is, early part is the single person 100 meters, second part is question, relay race. So both of them are good games.
The next question. When I am meditating, most of the time I can feel my heart beating and my body vibrating due to the breathing. But this happens while I am focusing on my in and out breaths. I feel that it is a distraction for my focusing on the breathing. Should I continue to focus on my breath, or should I focus on my heart beating vibrations?
Usually it says that you have to continue with the primary object, namely the in-breath and out-breath, feeling vibration and tingling sensation of your skin or the heat bubbles. Everything is a result of meditation. You become more and more aware. You become more and more sensitive to your body, and the signals are more amplifying. And it is not a distraction if you go prepared. If it is not go-prepared, it appears like a distraction. So therefore, when and where you are practicing, you have to have discussions, interviews, and next time, go prepared, and then you find it's a blessing. Otherwise, you will consider it as a distraction. So therefore, you may see mindfulness is evolving, and your mind also, your openness also evolving. This indicates you are heavily, thoroughly, totally with your body. It's a good sign.
The next question, Nissarana, most venerable Bhante. What is the difference between attention, between brackets, manasikara, and mindfulness, between brackets, sati? In sitting meditation, when we focus on breath, is it mindfulness or paying attention to the breath?
There are two functions to the mental concomitants. Mindfulness is be aware, be present to the everything happening. Attention is something like the adverting, but I try to explain vitakka, adverting of the mind, and adverting of the mind is more preliminary, and then attention. For beneficial thing you can pay attention. If the vitakka is under discipline, you can do away with unimportant thing without paying not attention. So therefore Buddha mentioned amanasikara is the gaze of manasikara. Manasikara you forward to the benevolent well-beings. You have the ability then understand amanasikara, not to think about that or not to worry. When and where you understand the applying thoughts, when and where you gain the control of the applying thought, in case there's another called manasikara, adverting of the mind. So you can do not to pay heed. You can be just neglect about by paying the attention to the benevolent thing. So that is the we call disciplined mind. So disciplined life. He or she can attend it to the benevolent thing, and by doing that you can do away with unwanted thing. So for that, what we positively we use manasikara. When you are paying attention, the amanasikara is happening to the rest of the world. So it is a specific task of the vitakka.
Next question, Thero Saranai. 1. What are the symptoms or signs that I can make sure I am being mindful in walking meditation?
In day-to-day activities, you may meet good friends. So it's a very good sign you are progressing. Not only sitting, even in the walking, they appear like complete two different dimensions. So earlier, when you are walking, people come and say, well, who got enlightened by walking? Get up and do something. And some people come and say, you are doing walking meditation. Good. I mean, this is the world impression. So therefore, you will say when you are doing walking, and you can understand there are some rare true friends are there. They come and appreciate. Exactly inside your mind, lot of critical thoughts, little bit of supportive thoughts, and we are mixed up it. So what to take it as a true person, what to use as a falsified person is depending upon you. It is always a threat. You are the decider. You are the person getting the inference, and if you take wrong thing, you will get discouraged. If you get the correct thing, it will be increasing. So therefore, when I go to another country and I wanted to introduce mindfulness, and some person told critically, this is not teaching of the Buddha. Buddha never teach this kind of thing. If you are meditating on the left and right, all the army people would have been enlightened. Then I told, yes, that for him it is okay, but for me, I became a monk because I really give some kind of a value in the proper time for the walking meditation, otherwise I cannot. So this is how, don't look just only this technical aspect of the walking, it is something related to our day-to-day life, and one day you will understand how to recognize your creative criticism or destructive criticism. Internally and externally. Externally the true friend and the bad friend. Internally your thoughts. Your mind keep on. If you feel more and more walking, that you are in a good trend.
The next question. When I concentrate with the walking meditation, I feel the individual foot touching the ground clearly. Further, I feel beginning of the left foot touch event is the end of right foot focus. Thus, I have to focus with both feet. Is it the right way of focusing, or should I concentrate with one foot only at the event of its being touched by the ground? Thero.
This is a kind of a discrimination, individual characters and the common characters. At the beginning, you study one by one in the batch system. This left leg, this right leg. More and more familiar, you say you can't discriminate left leg completely because the end of the left leg is the beginning of the right leg. And the end of the right leg is the beginning of the left leg. So you see, they are reciprocal activities. So at the beginning, you do cut and dry method. Later they harmonize into, so therefore when and where it is presenting, accept both. And only thing I can tell is from the individual characteristic to the natural common characteristic is the development. But other way also can happen, from common to the individual character can happen. So keep it both them open, when and where they are manifesting, facilitate it.
The next question. Venerable Bhante, Bodhi Puja and Puja of goods are done by many Buddhists. They say that this will rid of their past wrong karma and apala. Are these pujas fruitful doings? Question. What is your opinion of Deva pujas? Are we wasting our time doing such deeds? Is bhavana a better way of dealing with apaya or wrong karma?
Only I can talk about Sangha Puja, without that I can't live. Say, oh, please do it. Deva Puja, you have to go and ask from the Deva, how much they are doing. And getting rid of karma and other kind of thing, I can't take any responsibility. But the Buddha says, when you give something, 4 things happen. Sangha get food, you get merits, and you are aiming at your departed people, and if they are in a position, they will do. And this is a kind of a custom, Buddhist, that will be prevail. So there were 4 aspects are there. So as a monk, I am totally capitalized on this, and we are completely dependent on given things. So otherwise, how can I have to get again an agricultural job? So please, do puja, but only Sangha puja. If you need any clarification, go to the God for the God puja. That I have no authority. Authentically, I can't talk about.
Next question. Venerable Sir, during walking meditation, I feel that when I remind myself to be mindful, I tend to do better at walking meditation. Is it okay to tell myself, now do your maximum to be mindful, every now and then, when doing the walking meditation, do you have to do walking meditation for half an hour at least? I really do for 10 minutes. I usually do for 10 minutes and then again after a while. May you attain Nibbana in this lifetime.
In this program, we try to keep 1 hour walking and 1 hour sitting. Or simply, I would say, do it with mixed up with the sitting and walking. Because sitting is more towards the concentration and walking is more towards the energy. They has to get balance, then all the progress happen. So therefore, at the beginning, just give a mechanical timetable, equal times. And for my personal experience, for the walking to get seasoned, you have to walk at least more than 35 minutes. Then only you become seasoned to the place, understand the walking. So therefore, even if you have, if you have enough time at your hand, do 10 minutes, and if you feel tired, sit there for 1 minute and again do the same walking. Continue to do about 35-40 minutes and then go and sit. You can see the difference sitting with and without walking, and you may take delight in sitting also. So therefore 10 minutes I would say not enough, but I am talking with the idea you have enough time at your hand, but I do not know. Whenever you come to the center like this or 1 day program, that is why we try to introduce 1 hour chunks, but later you may adjust it. Once you come more acquainted with, when you become more acquainted with the mindfulness, at the beginning do it equal portions. That is why my general guideline, general advice.
Next question is asking, the questioner wants to get a clarification on the sila. Venerable Thero, please explain the importance and the meaning of the precepts of Uchasayana, Mahasayana, Veramani, Sikkhapada, Samadhiya.
It is not applicable to the day-to-day life, but whenever you come to a meditation center, when you are dealing with other people, monks and kind of thing, you must be humble. But the thing is, if you are sick and if you have any disability, then you may take it. But that must not be a grandeur seat for your luxury. It is for the utility value. So therefore, it is not included in the 5 precepts. It is included only in the 8 precepts, whereby you are among other meditators often, and then you have to respect the other people, specifically in front of monks and kind of thing in a temple. If you are going to take higher seat, it will be disrespect. So ultimately that can be a repercussion in your mind. So that is how it is a sign of humbleness.
Next question. Most Venerable Bhante, in sitting meditation after the disappearance of breath, I just wait without paying my attention to anything else, within brackets, just sit there. Sometimes I get into a state where I am not sure whether I am awake or asleep, but I know I have clear awareness of consciousness. What should I do in this state of nothingness? Should I pay attention to 6 touch points between brackets, Hayapala in Sinhala, and then there's a diagram. It's difficult to read the diagram, so I will give it to Bhante. And the question is, what should I do in these situations? Take one side.
2 options. When you go up to the nothingness, if you are bold enough, if you are ready for radical reflection, just be. If you have any doubt, if you have any uncertainty, go back to your sitting posture, or you can check. I am sure I am not dead, I am not asleep, I am not unconscious. You do this checking only if you are entertaining doubts, only if you have any uncertainty. So therefore it is not a crime, it is not a bad thing. You can go and do Hayapala or whatever may be, you understand I am not dead, I am not asleep, I am not unconscious. But the best thing is, don't challenge that the nothingness, just experience it. But for that, you have to sacrifice your body and the life. That is the most difficult point. In order to save your body and the life, only all these formulas and all the kind of thing you do. One day, I hope, you can, when you go to the nothingness, don't try to introduce yourself into that, your egotistic idea into that, your conceit into that, your craving into that. Just let that nothingness to be pure. In its original, primordial form. But the early part you will do means the cross-checking because you doubt, because of your uncertainty. But go prepared, and if you go prepared, you can do away with doubts. You can do away with uncertainty, and then you can experience this. It is really aesthetic. It is called inalienable and unalloyed. It is nothing. But it's a threat for people love the body, people love the life, people love the luxury. So you have to train yourself slowly. Do anything you like, understanding it is because of your doubt, entertaining doubts or uncertainty. Hope one day you can go through it and enjoy or be with it, emptiness as a sign of contentment.
The last question is in Sinhala. Garu Swamin Vahansa, Mama Sakman Bhavanavi Yedinu Vita, Vama Dakuna Sipagin Bhavanavi Yedini. Mata Dakunita Vada, Vama Sahalwe Deni. Dakunu Kapula Bara Vedigatia Deni. Tika Velavakadi, Mata Vama Dakuna Amatakavi, Olave Gati Maha, Kapule Tadavima Pavanak Deni. එවිට මම නැවත වම දකුණේයි සිත මෙය නිවැරදිද නැවත මුල සිට මම වමයයි පටන් ගනිමි.
This is related to the last the situation. When and where the walking meditation become effortless, if you have any doubts, if you have any uncertainty, go back to the left and the right. If you are sure you are coming from the mindfulness history and it is happening totally or totality without left and the right, that indicates is what we call effortless walking meditation. That is much better than understand the left and the right. It is something like in the emptiness. If you can't entertain emptiness due to the doubt and the uncertainty, you go back to the sitting posture or in-breath and out-breath, or understand I am not dead, I am not unconscious, I am not unmindful. In the walking also, when the mindfulness is gathering the momentum, thing will happen automatically. The best is not to disturb it. You would disturb because of your doubt. Please understand the doubt. Please understand the uncertainty so that you can do away with that.
Can you also explain in Sinhala?
Sorry that I have given in English. I am extremely sorry. අන්තිම ප්‍රශ්නේ මම ඉස්සලා කරපු ඉංග්‍රීසි ප්‍රශ්නටත් එක්ක බොහොම සම්බන්ධයි. භාවනා කරගෙන යනකොට ඒකේ යම් දියුණුකම් එනකොට අපේ පඬිත මනස, අපේ පැහි මනස ආයෙ ගෙනල්ලා අර පරණ ඉලක්කම් දාන්න හදනවා. ඒකට කරන්න දෙයක් නැහැ. මොකද අපිට සැක නිසා. අපිට ඒක ස්ථිර නැති නිසා. නමුත් මතක තියාගන්න ඇයි එවැනි දෙයක් අවශ්‍ය කරලා තියෙන්නේ සැකේ නිසා. ඇයි එවැනි දෙයක් අවශ්‍ය කරලා තියෙන්නේ අනිශ්චිත භාවය නිසා. මේ සැකේටයි අනිශ්චිත භාවයට තමයි කෙලස් කියලා කියන්නේ. ඒ නිසා ඒකට කරන්න දෙයක් නැහැනේ. ඉස්සරහට යනකොට බලාගෙන යන්න මේ සැකේ එනකොට අනිශ්චිත භාවය එනකොට මේ අනායාසයෙන් වෙන ආනපානයේ සක්මන හුඟක් හොඳයි. සැකනම් ආයසරයක් වම දකුණ මෙනෙහි කරලා කමක් නැහැ. හැබැයි මෙහෙම කරන්නේ සැකේ නිසා, මෙහෙම කරන්නේ අනිශ්චිතතාවය නිසා හිතට වද්දන්න. ඒකල කියන්නේ අනිශ්චිතතාවයටයි මේ සැකේටයි සුද්ධ කියන්න පුළුවන් කෙලස් කියන්නේ. කොච්චර දෙයක් පිරිසුදු කරත් මේ කෙලෙස් විලිලැජ්ජ නැහැ. ඒකට රිංගලා පඬිතුකම් කරන්න. මේ ලියපේ කරන්නේ මම බණින්නේ කෙලෙස් වලට. ඉතින් අපි එහෙම කෙලෙස් පොදු සතුන අඳුරගත්තේ නැත්නම් අපි හැමදාම හොදෝද මඩිදා.
We have come to the end of the questions, and there are few, especially one important announcement. My good friend Hemanta told me that there had been a very high demand for the book we launched recently, 100 questions and answers, and he felt that in a naughty manner I had put his name and the email number, address on the website. So he was besieged with so many requests. And of course he's happy to help. And he could not bring any actual books today. So Hemanta hopefully will bring some books in the future.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow, how about tomorrow? Oh, he has only 20 books. So therefore, when we were discussing this, I made a suggestion. Why can't we make the book into an electronic book, e-book, so that it will be available in an easily downloadable form at Nissarana.lk and maybe even at Dhammajiva.org. Right. So Dr. Tarajimal is saying about 100 books are available, which maybe could be brought here tomorrow.
Not certain. Not sure.
Okay. So anyway, the requests are vast. He had got requests even from overseas. So best thing for the long run is to prepare an e-book also and make it available.
Niyamatta kusalena yantang santang padang abhisamicche Yuje suvacho chassa mudu anatimani Tussako cha subaro che ampagicho cha sallauka vutti Indriyo vachanipako che ampagambo kulesu ananugidho Kundang samacariya kinci ena vinyo pariu pavadeyong Khemino huntu sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitatta Kecipana bhutatti tasavata vrava navasesa Digavai mahantava Tassakanukatula Dhavaye adnittaye chadure vasanti avidure Utava sambhaveti vasambhe satta bhavantu dukkitatta Parang nikumbhyete nati manyeta katta chinang kanchi Arosana patika sanyana nyamanyasa dukkamicheye Ayusayeka putta manurakke Evampi samba bhutetu manasam Aperimanam Mittancha sabbaloakasming manasam bhavaye aperimanam Adocha tiriyanche asambadang averang asapattang Tarang nisinno vasayano vayavatasya vigatamiddo Ekam satim aditteya brahmanetam viharam Idemahu Kincha anupagamma sīla vādāsanena sampanno Āmēsu vinayya gedhanai jātu gabbaseyam punariyati
අප විසින් සිද්ධ කරගන්නට යෙදුණු සියලුම පුණ්‍ය ධර්ම අපවත් ශාසනය ආරක්ෂා කරන්නා වූ සමස්ත සියලුම දිව්‍ය රාජයාට මේ පින් අනුමෝදන් කරමි අනුමෝදන් වේවා යන අදහසින් යුතුව අපි සියලුම දෙනා දෙවියන්ට පින් අනුමෝදන් කරමු.
ආකාශට්ඨා ච බුම්මට්ඨා දේවානාගා මහිද්దికා පුඤ්ඤන්තං අනුමෝදිत्वा চিරං රක්ඛන්තු ලෝක ශාසනං ආකාශට්ඨා ච බුම්මට්ඨා දේවානාගා මහිද්దికා අනුමෝදිत्वा চিරං රක්ඛන්තු දේශනං ආකාශට්ඨා ච බුම්මට්ඨා දේවානාගා මහිද්దికා පුඤ්ඤන්තං අනුමෝදිत्वा চিරං රක්ඛන්තු දේශනං
අප නමින් මේ පරිලෝක යන්නට යෙදුණු සියලුම දීගේ ඥාතීන්ට මේ පින් අනුමෝදන් කරමි අනුමෝදන් වේවා මේ ඥාතීන් මේ පින් ලබා සුවපත් වේවා යන අදහසින් යුක්තව මේ ඥාතීන්ට පින් දෙමු.
මේ ඥාතිනං හෝතු සුඛිතා හොන්තු ඥාතයෝ මේ ඥාතිනං හෝතු සුඛිතා හොන්තු ඥාතයෝ ධම්මේ ඥාතිනං හෝතු සුඛිතා හොන්තු ඥාතයෝ පුඤ්ඤ කම්මේන මාමිය බාල සමාගමෝ සමාගමෝ හෝතු යාව නිබ්බාන පත්තියා ඉදම්මේ පුඤ්ඤං ආසවක්ඛයා වං හෝතු සබ්බ දුක්ඛා පමුච්ඡතු.
අද දිනේදී අප විසින් සිද්ධ කරගන්නට යෙදුණු උතුම් පින්කමේ අනන්ත ආශිර්වාද බලමයි හේතු කොටගෙන අද දින මෙම දවසේ භාවනා වැඩසටහන මෙහෙයවීම සඳහා මෙම ස්ථානයේ වැඩම කරන්නට යෙදුණු මීතිරිගල නිස්සරණ ආරණ්‍ය සේනාසනයේ වැඩ වාසය කරන උදේගම ධම්මජීවනායක හාමුදුරුවන් වහන්සේට තව চিරාත් කාලයක් මෙවැනි කටයුතු මෙවැනි ශාසනික මෙහෙවර කිරීමට ශක්තිය බලය වාසනාව නිරෝගී භාවයේ කායික මානසික සුවපත් භාවයේ උදා වේවා කියලා සාදු කියනවා. ඒ වගේම මේ උතුම් පින්කමේ අනන්ත පුණ්‍ය බලය හේතු කොටගෙන අපේ නායක හාමුදුරුවන් වහන්සේ ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරන්නා වූ බෝධියකින් ජාති ජරා ව්‍යාධි මරණ ශෝක පරිදේව දුක් දුම්නස් ආදී සියලු දුකින් නැත මිදී ලබන උතුම් නිවන් සුවය පසක් කර ගැනීමට මේ උතුම් පින්කමත් සදා ආශිර්වාදයක් වේවා කියලා සාදු. අපි සියලු දෙනා නායක හාමුදුරුවන් වහන්සේට වන්දනා කරමු. ඕකාස වන්දාන වන්දේ
සුපත්ත්‍වා සාදු සාදු අනුමෝදාමි සාදු අනුමෝදිතබ්බා
ඕකාස භාරත්තේන පතං සබ්බ අච්චයං අමතරිනේ බන්තේ
කමාමි කමිතබ්බා
ඕකාස කමාමි බන්තේ
සුපත්ත්‍වා
තියං පියෝකාස කමාමි බන්තේ
සුපත්ත්‍වා
තියං පියෝකාස කමාමි බන්තේ
සුපත්ත්‍වා අභිවාදන සීලිස නිච්ඡං වද්දාපචායිනෝ චත්තාරෝ ධම්මා වඩ්ඩන්ති ආයුවන්නෝ සුඛං බලං ආයුරාෝග්‍ය සම්පatti ධග්ග සම්පatti මේවච අතෝ නිබ්බාන සම්පatti මිනාති සමිජ්ජතු